Thank you very much for the question. Medical imaging is, to a large extent, regarded as the bane of medicine. Looking at the human body, for instance, if you do not have an eye, I don't know how you maneuver to survive it. So you consider medical imaging as the eye of medicine. With medical imaging, medicine is able to diagnose, is able to see what is happening inside the body of the patient without opening the body out. And this is happening under a science of magic, as against the long or ancient problem of opening patients up all the time to discover diseases before they are treated. This time, we are using advanced technologies to, as it were, diagnose patients by being able to tell us what is happening inside the body of the patient. So when you have young medics like this, who are entering a very prominent program like this, we want to inspire them. One of the best things that an administration will do for its members is to build capacity of the members. And resource capacity building includes some of the wonderful rollout programs like the ones that we have on our policy, and this is going to be the maiden program of the second administration of the August Association. So we intend to organize an academic tour, as the theme suggests, to inspire academic excellence and professionalism. So we intend to inspire the young medics to achieve higher academic successes and also to identify a profession rather than a job. Many of them came to this particular university to read this program because maybe one way or the other they might have heard, oh, right after this job you're going to get some job.
Yeah.
You know, you earn some good living. You make some 4,000, 5,000, and what have you. But that should not be the reason why you want to roll up on a medical program. There should be a passion, and real career is something that you can do free of charge, without any money, and you still feel fulfilled in life. Once you're able to demonstrate these characters, then you are exhibiting professional qualities. So we intend to roll out this program to inspire young medics, the level 300s, admitted into the Department of Imaging Technology and Sonography, reading BSc Radiography and Sonography, to have a full-taste experience of what they are to expect in real practice, inspire them from glory to glory.
Okay, that's a very good point there. And I'll side with you because when we came from till level 100, we realized that we didn't have such programs being organized for us to guide us, to let us develop the love for the profession right from the scratch. So I feel that when you start from this point, it's going to build them up, as you said, to build that the capacity that will be needed for the profession. But let me ask you again, when you broke the news to them that there's going to be an educational tour, how did they take it?
Initially, they had confidence issues with the ability to promise and deliver.
Okay.
As is very consistent with most of the human domain of life.
Right.
One thing will be promised after the other, and you would realize that it will not be delivered.
Yeah.
So expectation kept on longing while they built their confidence in the administration. One thing that rekindled their spirit was an orientation that we organized for them when we taught them the need for participating in such important programs as and when they come up. They are very necessary for you to begin very well. It is a very big opportunity to familiarize yourself in real life and real time, seeing the things that you have been reading about over and over again. So it gave them the opportunity, and I believe that that orientation was the hallmark mark which invited them to a full participation that we have been able to observe today by the grace of God.
Okay. Okay. So I believe that when you went to the center, you were able to move with certain groups to see how the tour was going. What was your general impression on how the tour went? What would you say about the tour?
Very well. I think it's a very good one. This particular program, an academic tour of this kind, is not the first in this department. It's been done before for those who are currently in level 200. It was done for them last academic year. And so we intend to continue as a culture.
Okay.
And so the idea of continuing on something good that someone has started is to build upon it. And so we decided to put down some pieces together and work hardly to make sure that we're able to improve upon what we had the other time. Fortunately for us, we had a lot of you coming on board, bringing all your genuine techniques on board, and then bringing up some good information on board to guide the process and make it a wholesome one. So I would say that preparations met expectations, and generally it was an impressive program.
Okay. On the point that many people joined with their technique, with their help, with their support. We'll talk about that later in a moment, but let me find out. I know that for you to be able to organize such an event for such a large number of people, definitely it's going to come up with a lot of setbacks, a lot of challenges. What are some of the challenges that you encountered, and how did you deal with those challenges?
Yes, one of the major challenges that we have is with time. You know, most of the courses that the level 100s are reading now are courses done under the university's prescription, so university-wide courses.
Okay.
And so we do not have much control over time and space to use for such programs which are very educated. So we're limited to using some 3 hours from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. to give them a good overview of the real insights of the area of study. And that was the major challenge, being able to get enough time for them to exhaust all the anxieties and address all their questions was the real challenge of this particular program.
Okay. So you've stated some of the challenges that came with it, but I want to find out. Prior to this organization, I got to know that the level 100s, those we sent on the tour, even had a class and they had to be cancelled. How difficult was that for that particular arrangement to be made to make this particular tour a success?
Yes. You know, initially during the planning period for the program to come through, we had to acquire the lecture schedule of the level 100s to make sure that we are fixing it at the time where we're going to have maximum participation. And unfortunately, somewhere down the line, they have to go to attend 1 or 2 lectures which are fixed in later on. So during the orientation, this issue came up that we were going to have a lecture between the hours of 3:30 to 5:30, which was going to interfere largely on the program success. So we had to quickly find means to mitigate that and then seek redress. So we had to plan to meet the major instructor for that particular course, and we contacted him. By God's grace, I was able to give out the nod and then reschedule his lecture period for next week, where he's going to organize a 2-period class for them to cover up for what they might have lost this time.
Okay. That's a very good work done. So if you are out there and you were thinking, how did the organization go? How did these people manage to get all these ones on board to take them on this particular tour? You've heard it from our president. We will thank you very much, Mr. President, for joining us today for such an interview. And then we hope that such tours or such programs will be organized. We interviewed a couple of them, and then they were so enthused about the whole program, and they wished for more. We're also hoping that you and your able-bodied committees will keep the good work done. Thank you very much, and well done. Ayuko.
I want to use this opportunity to also thank you all who came on board. Our administration is trying to build an administration of all people, administration for the people, all hands on deck. And we are grateful that when we called all of you on board, you were able to give your time, resources, and your genuine efforts to bring to this large success that we have had today. So we thank you very much, and we're grateful.
We are much grateful too, Mr. President. Okay, so that was with our President, Mr. Akwa Isaac. As I stated earlier, he is the President for the Association of Medical Imaging Students, UCC, and we've seen quite a number of things from him. Right after this, we are going to interview the Vice President as well to find out her perception about the program, and then we'll talk more about it. So catch you in the next one.